Okay, welcome everyone to our training tonight. After an exciting presentation yesterday about the new staking levels, we had a lot of exciting people. And last week, by the way, was the best week in the whole team's performance. I think we must have had about 25 to 30 people join in the whole week, which is great from our point of view because it's usually been about 4 or 5 people a week. So I think we're in the region around 200. We're guessing because we talk to people and see how many people they've got and how many each person. It may be just over 200 people now, and it's going to grow. It's going to. I think it could be doubling every month personally, with the sort of information we've got and the ease of actually introducing it. It's going to make it easier to actually promote now with the figures we've got and everything else. So let me just first of all share. I've got a few slides that will help me sort of explain a few things with you. And then I always like to keep things simple. I always like to keep things, let me make sure I've got the audio on that. Hold on. I don't know if I've got the audio. Could you hear me then, just then?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, great. Okay. So yeah, I always like to keep things simple. And the reason why is because when you're explaining things, it's always best to try and keep it simple. And the simpler you make it, the easier. There's no need to go through every single level, every single part of it. You just need to know the basics. So from our point of view, if you think about it, how much is it now going to cost for a new person to come on board? Okay. Well, I brought that forward here to show. Why is it moving forward? Okay, there we are. So one new member costs, and again, the device, if they've got an Apple phone, that'll be minus that figure. So the cost of the device is 149. For some reason, they've said that it's a good idea for us to go to the band. I'm going to stay with my watch for the time being, but apparently the band is going to have the chip in it for your money, and it's going to have a wallet, a cold wallet, storage wallet within the band. My only concern is, as a chef, I used to knock my hand around a lot, and I never wore a watch until now. So I don't want to damage it. And if I damage it, then what happens? You have to get a new one with a new chip and all that. I'm just a bit worried about that. So I'd rather use the card myself. But so it's a 149 for the device. For the NFT is now 35. And to activate the actual NFT, it starts at 325. So and I'll go through that in a second. The hub's still the same at 99 and shipping 40. Total of 648 all in. Okay. So now the 325 is money that you're getting back. Okay, that's not money that you're out of pocket now, yes. So this is the amount that you need to come up with. But the 325 is coming back, and I'll show you on the next slide how that works.
How are you muting?
Spoons and Gurkha.
Unmute yourselves, guys. I mean, mute yourselves when you come on, please. Okay, so as you can see, the first column is the actual level 1 on the on the. Let me just move the. I don't know if you can see the levels. Unfortunately, things at the side here. Okay, so level 1, 325, and what's interesting about all these levels is that this is actually more like an investment. What's happening? Why is this screen paused? Sorry about this. Resume share. Okay, let's go back. I don't know why it came out of screen share. Okay, so yeah, here we go. So level 1 is 325, and the thing to remember, this is the actual levels, but these are all like investments. Okay, that's the difference between this and anything else. So we're investing in BSC, and we're staking that amount. So the amount we're staking is 325, and we get that back after 12 months. Plus roughly APR of 35%. Okay, that's the figure they've given us so far, approximately, because it could vary. Now, all I've done here is assume, and again, having talked to a lot of people and knowing how crypto works, assume that within 2024, that the BSC reaches $1. Okay, only $1. It could be a lot more. It could also be less. I'm not here to advise you what to do or not to do. I'm not an advisor, but just to go on the $1 basis, assuming it reaches $1, you will have a return of $10,833. Okay, on that. Plus, you'll get your 35% APR and your 325 back. Now, this is without the team that's growing around you. This is without what you make on your own wearable, your own device. So this is just extra over and above everything else. Okay. Sorry, I can hear somebody. I can hear somebody's radio in the background. Can you mute, please? Let me just see if I can mute everyone. Okay, it's gone. Okay, so the second one, level 2, is $1,000 investment in BSC, and that's staked again for 12 months. And then again, having reached $1, what you have is a return of 33,333, and the same as the first one, with the 35% APR plus your 1,000 coming back. 2,000, $1, 66,666, and then finally 3,000 is 100,000. Sorry, I missed the zero on there. 100,000 back on 3,000. I've not come across anything that potentially can give you that much money, and we're assuming it's $1. It may reach much higher than $1. It's already starting to climb, and that's pre everything else. And don't forget, none of the data has yet been on the open market for sale. So when that happens, that could increase it even more. So the point here is that these are the levels that you can come in now. Now, if you've got the old style levels, well, you can come in on these as well, okay, and get the same benefits everyone else done, and your old style one will still carry on collecting. However, the thing is about joining here is, let's say you came on 325 and wanted to upgrade, then you'd have to pay a further 1,000, and you wanted to upgrade again, you'd have to pay a 2,000. If you came in at 3,000, you wouldn't have to pay the 2,000, the 1,000. You wouldn't be paying, you know, a total of 5,000. You'd actually pay 3,000, go straight in at that level, and then you'd earn the extra, you know, the what do you call them? The units, the extra units would come in on there. So really, this is what I wanted to explain to you, so that you understand that's the only real difference from before, other than now the price for what we had before is a bit different, you know, on the startup. So people are coming in on one level and then deciding whether they want to do one of these. And for ourselves, if you don't want to move on to these, you can carry on as you are, but the returns are going to be far greater with this, and they will be paid to you as well on a daily. The actual interest will be paid to you on a daily basis, and that amount will be something you can actually withdraw. So as you go along, you'll be able to withdraw. So depending on the price of BSC at the time, it'll be coming back to you, and then you'll be able to withdraw that, and then you'll be able to exchange that, you know, for dollars, and then move it into your wallet or your band, depending on which you decide to go for. Okay. So again, I mean, it's very simple. I keep it simple. You know, a unique product. It's easy to promote, easy to explain. First to market, you know, it's a hybrid business model, and it's the first of its kind with a fantastic utility attached to it. You know, most alternative coins out there don't have any utilities attached, and that's the big difference. It's tried and tested. The company's been running the watch and the way it collects data since 2015, and since September they've already had over 100,000 devices operational and collecting the data. So that's a massive amount of people, and they expect to grow quite considerably. So designed with the help and input of experts in the field. I mean, they are technologists, the owners of the company. So, you know, they know what they're doing, and they've got everything in place in terms of the blockchain and everything else. So that's what I like about it. So yeah, that's a little few slides really to go through. And if there's any questions on that, if anyone wants to ask, I'll try and answer you. So just unmute yourself and ask, or put your hands up.
Yes, so Derek, I just wanted
Hi.
to ask about the ROI. Actually, I realized that when I was sending messages, I'd forgotten about the ROI. Could you just explain that
Yes,
again?
that was
what they
just
get
Peter.
daily?
Peter mentioned that. Yeah, we get that ROI per annum, 35%. So that's on top of whatever you put in. So if everything stayed stagnant, you'd get your 1,000 back plus 35% over and above. And that
So
was
35%,
that
is
was
that at the
approximate.
end?
It's not something that's fixed. You know, the what's his name, Peter, and also the owner said, you know, it's not fixed. It's 35% as we go. No, it's paid as we go, and it's changeable. It's variable. So I think that depends on a number of factors. Yeah.
And that's withdrawable daily if it ever reached a figure where it's
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
you can withdraw and then wait and hold on to it. At the moment,
Yeah.
I'm staking and they're releasing it to me, and I just withdraw when I've got about 20 or 30. I could withdraw one BSC every day if I wanted to, but I wait till it goes up to 20, 30 BSC, then I withdraw it, and then that just goes back into the spending wallet, and obviously I can then exchange that once the value reaches the value I want it to reach. I may decide $1, I may decide to wait for $10, you know. So it's
Yes.
entirely up to us how much we want to. I personally am not going to let, you know, when it reaches $1, I'm not going to suddenly release all my VSE because
Yeah.
I only need so much to survive. So what I will do is keep hold of more because it'll carry on growing and carry on going up. You know,
Yes.
that's me
So-
personally, but I can't tell
Yeah.
people what to do. Each person's got to decide for themselves how they got to do it. And
Yes.
some people might need the money straight away, you know, whereas others won't. So
Yes. And just
Yeah.
to ask on that 35% again, so like just give me an example. My maths is never my top thing.
well,
So
on a
like if,
thousand,
for
it's
example,
350. Yeah,
are you talking about dollars now? You're not talking about
yeah,
VSC, you're talking about dollars. Yeah.
dollars.
So if
Yeah,
it's
because we put a
1,000,
dollar value in, don't we? When we start,
yeah,
we pay
yeah.
1,000, so we get 350 over
Yes.
and above in BSC.
Oh, I see.
value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Good. I
Yeah.
get it.
And that's
Okay, thank
APR,
you.
so it's annually. Yeah, Karen.
Right. Got it.
Hi. Yeah, so
Hi.
on that initial sort of when people are staking 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000, they get that back at the end,
Yeah.
the 12 months. But is there anything returned to people like us who have already been, you know?
Yeah, we will. Apparently, what was said the other day that we will get our money back the amount we came in on. Yes.
Right.
Yes, that is the case.
Right.
And that'll be
Okay.
after 12 months. I don't know whether it's 12 months from the start of this one or 12 months from the start of when it'll become more apparent over the next few days.
Can I add something there, Derek?
You can, yes.
With regards to the original contract, basically whatever it is you spent in terms of the NFT that you purchased, the offer that they've presented is that amount of money you can actually get 24 months after the day that
24
you
months.
actually started it. However, if you choose to withdraw that money, then the minting then ceases. So it doesn't make sense to, I mean, the option's there, of course, but if you decide to say, okay, well, I'll take my 700 or whatever it was back out again, then that is the end of that sort of minting contract.
Process. Yeah. That's
So it
actually
doesn't make
quite
sense
crucial.
to kill the
Yeah,
goose
it
that's laying
doesn't.
the golden eggs.
Yeah, no,
And
definitely.
sorry, just to ask on that then, and what about if you took part of it and not the whole amount that you spent? Would it still continue the minting?
Well, no, it
Do you know
wouldn't,
that,
because
John?
whatever the NFT cost was, that's what produces the minting. However, you still have the option of whatever has been minted, like the return, if you like. I know it's not an investment,
Yes.
whatever the return is, you're free to withdraw that whenever you want. But to keep the
Right.
golden eggs flowing from the goose, then that's your minting contract, and whatever that is that costs you.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Right. Okay. Anyone else want to ask anything?
Yeah, so if you're if say for instance, like we've already come in, or level 1, level 2, whatever. And we're going to be gifted these coins. So if you were to do the whole thing again, and say put another 3,000 or 2,000, whatever in, how does that work? I mean, how does that work as regarding having another stake, as it were? You know, how does that, is that a completely new NFT?
It's new, yeah, and you'll be getting new blocks of data, yeah, on top. So that's why John was saying, you know, why would you stop the minting on the old? We've got an advantage. 'Cause
Yes.
we're going to have 2 lots of stuff coming in, yeah.
There is actually some interesting introductions based on, because you've got the founders NFTs, you've got the owners NFTs, and now the staking NFTs have been introduced. Now, in terms of, we are not, I don't know about Derek, but certainly I'm not a founder. But in terms of the owners NFT, you have now got the option, because the level 3 and level 4, you can purchase them. We now have the option to upgrade to them within the owners part of the NFT. However, when we move into the staking part of the NFT, that's clearly a separate entity. Starts at 325, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and you can buy as many of them as you want. So that's probably more exciting. But the good thing is, and you probably wouldn't do this, but you do have the option of taking the 1,000 out that has been staked. However, after the 12-month period, when it becomes unstaked, you can just leave it sitting there and still enjoy the benefits of whatever the return is from that particular NFT, if that makes sense.
It's like an
But
ongoing income from the investment or the money you put in for the BSC, yeah.
So in that example that Derek gave a couple of minutes ago, like, you know, your 1,000 could become 33,000 or whatever it was, the example there, then you can withdraw that as, you know, until the cows come home, and just leave the 1,000 sitting there, because that will still produce or keep producing whatever it is. But I think it would be fair to say in the early days, because we're only looking at if it's about 3.2 cents or 3.3 cents or whatever VFC is, when that eventually goes up to 5 cents or 10 or 20 or whatever, or if it even goes up to $1 or even $2, whatever, you know, that's more of the long-term picture. I mean, that's like $1 in, you know, potentially $1,000 back out if it goes to $1. And that's an incredible investment. You know, that's incredible. So that's like the longer term thing. But the shorter term thing is when you personally introduce people, the compensation plan as we knew it prior to the staking in NFTs is exactly the same. The 25%, the 10%, 3.5%, etc. It remains the same. So you still have the option of introducing new people and having that immediate USDV paid directly onto your card. So that's still an option as well.
So that, yeah, it's like another income alongside that, which is
Exactly.
really fantastic. If you're building teams, this is just unbelievable, really.
I tell you, just on that, you know, I would say 8 out of 10 conversations I'm having right now. I spoke to somebody yesterday who's completely sold on what he's doing, completely sold. I explained to him what we were doing, and he was sold after the conversation on what we were doing. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm
not
finding
difficult to communicate.
it's not hard, is it? It's not hard, especially if people are into a couple of multiple projects. And I'm going back to people who said no now, because I know we've got a much bigger deal here on the table, much bigger.
Well, if you think about it, Derek, I mean, what, you know, because when we look at like online opportunities, you know, you normally go travel, crypto, product based, whatever, you know, people are doing it there. But you think about what we've got here. I just sort of broke this down really to get my head around it. Just take the wearable industry, just take Apple alone. You're talking 120 million Apple Watches, and I've got no idea how many hundreds of millions of other like health monitors are out there, probably a couple of million. So we're tapping into a couple of 100 million. So we're in the wearable industry. We're also in the health data industry. And it's already been said as part of the presentation that is projected to go up to about 1.5 trillion by 2030. So we're in the data or the health data industry. So we've got wearables, we've got health data. We're also in the crypto space, which in itself I've said, you know, and the good thing is it's not like Bitcoin's at, you know, 30 grand and we can never have that opportunity again when it was 5 cents. What we have here is we've got a token that's only 3.2 cents and has the potential to go to $1 or above. So we've got a very unique option in terms of the crypto space. And over and above that, added onto the crypto space, we're now in the staking space. So you think about what we're offering people here when you break it down like that, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. But it can only be communicated as being huge when you understand the components of what it is we have in our hands here when we're having that conversation.
Yeah, and the other thing, guys, you know, there's no subscription other than the, you know, the $9 subscription and the you know, the strips that you have to buy. Other than that, there's nothing else. So
Yeah, I
there's
forgot
no
to
extra
mention that.
cost.
That is like crazy as well. Like that is what? Are you kidding me? No subscription and not having people to repeat buy stuff to make commissions.
Yeah.
That's like that.
We're
That
making
itself
money
is
out
like,
of nothing, really.
as the Scottish people would say, that is mental.
It is, and we're getting our money back. You know, it's crazy.
And that as
really.
well. I forgot to mention that. Oh my God, this is like getting even better.
It goes on and on. You know, you can't honestly say that this isn't the best deal out there, because I'll tell you, even what's happened over the last few months of me, I mean, I just can't believe it. You know, it's just grown so big and so fast. And the volumes are just unbelievable. My crystal ball is I'm slightly ahead of you guys, so I can see what you guys are coming into. You know, last week was probably one of the best weeks of the month, and I picked up nearly not far off $1,000 for the week, and I've hardly started. We haven't even begun. Mary and I have not even begun.
Yeah.
Oh no,
And people in our
insane.
team haven't even started. We know the people in our team, they're capable of doing a lot more than us.
Mm.
You know.
Well, here's a Brucey bonus as well. If you just look at the Vivo card or the Audi card, you know, both are more or less the same, apart from the Audi card belongs to us. But if you just look at, I used to have a Binance card that's now been discontinued. I could withdraw $249 a day, and I had a daily spending limit, I believe, of online, like I think it was 1,700. The Audi and the Vivo card has a daily withdrawal limit of 20K. And a weekly spending limit of 200K. Just let that sink a little bit. I mean,
imagine when that gets into your card, you could go and buy a car,
what are you
a house. Yeah, it is.
I think. Do you know what? I think we need to get some financial advice.
Well, I tell you, well, the thing is, yeah, I mean, you can build portfolios, you can go into gold, silver, whatever. But the thing is, when you really look at this through the eyes of what potential have I got here, you'll realize that this isn't just another business opportunity, another online deal. This is like probably, in my opinion, and literally, I was completely happy with what I was doing before I got that call from Brian. And I was sold. I was sold straight away. But if you realize what we've got in our hands here, this is the Mother Teresa of opportunities. This is it. This is it. And I've only been in this.
I'll be honest with you, right? I'm in the business of helping people. I've always done that, right? So when I get more cash than I need, I'll be buying people's business in. I'll be buying them the whole package. You know, the $600 will be nothing for me. You know, and I'll be buying people into this, you know, people who can't afford it, people in third world countries, people who are, you know, it's going to make a massive difference, this, to people's lives. It's going to change the way money goes around. It really is.
I believe it will also disrupt the industry to a degree, because if you look at it, you've got a hub A and hub B, that's it. There's no binaries, there's no weak leg, strong leg, there's no flushing, there's no cycles, there's none of that BS. It's just plain and simple. If you have got an uneven leg, it just gets carried on, so you don't lose any of it. I mean, just the compensation plan is
take
like
one from the other every time. And it doesn't matter which one's strong, doesn't matter which one's weak. It just takes one from the other. And that's it.
I love it.
Yeah. And it'll grow if it's not growing, if you know what I mean, because the collection of data will be happening regardless. Imagine you got 1,000 people. Every week your hubs are going to grow, every single week, without you introducing people. Think about that.
Well, we had that in that call yesterday, that if, you know, the numbers are, you've got about 1 million people joining
the
business. Like, you know, we've already got 100,000 currently registered within, and it only launched in September. That's actually quite good. And by the way, I can comfortably say, and not many, the UK people can't say this, but I can comfortably say I am the first person in Germany, and Antje is the first person in Sweden.
Cool.
So you got
Beautiful.
the whole market. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's fantastic. If I come across any people in Germany, I'll pass them on to you, John.
You just get them directed to me and I will take care of them.
And likewise in Sweden. I know we're getting quite a few countries in now, actually. Gerda's in the Netherlands.
I just want to say, Derek, just keep it in mind. When it comes to the time of German translation, I can do it. I have worked for many, many years, bilingual, and I've done it for other affiliate, multiple companies and occasions, almost simultaneous translations, because I noticed the first thing I checked was the translations in the meeting, and there wasn't any German.
No,
So
it's because the majority of the people are in the Far East, in Asia, aren't they? Majority of people in Thailand, Japan, Vietnam, of all places, India as well. It's weird. But you know what it is? It's really because their understanding of technology over there is far greater than what ours is. They've grasped it straight away. When I watch, Chinese kids with computers and everything at age 3 and 4, they fully understand how to operate them compared to here. Here there's not enough advanced thinking on that sort of technology, really.
I
so
think the
can
other reason
understand.
as well, Antje, that there was no translation in German because I'm the only person in Germany and I actually
You
speak
don't need
English,
it
so
anymore.
there wasn't any
Exactly.
requirement.
Exactly, but it's gonna
Yeah.
come, John.
It will
It's gonna
come, but
come.
albeit with a Scottish accent, but that, I do speak English to a degree.
Hey, John, I have some good news for you, John. I actually have a gentleman. His name is Michael Dulgaruki, if I can pronounce that properly. He's an international business consultant. I've known Michael for 20 years. He'd love to team up with you guys in relation to the German end of it and also Spanish as well, as Michael is completely fluent in German, Spanish, and obviously.
Right. Yeah, we've got some great people on board. We've got quite a few Spanish. We've got a lady who does health talks to 5 million people on radio in Mexico. So again, Spanish, they're looking to translate all to Spanish. That's happening as we speak, actually. Yeah, no, this is going to go worldwide in no time at all. And I believe we're going to be one of the biggest groups outside from Europe. I do believe that because we've got this opportunity at the right time. We've got the right people coming in, and yeah, there's no reason why it shouldn't spread like wildfire, really.
No, that'd be amazing, Coleman, if we can have that conversation. And because I've always wanted, with every opportunity that I've been involved with, always wanted to open up Germany, and it's never been possible because the company weren't forthcoming with translations and support and all that kind of stuff. But we don't need that. We've got some key people here that have got that potential to.
Yeah, I mean, you could
provide
get in touch
whatever.
with Angie as well. Angie, yourself, and Coleman get together and start, talking about that sort of thing. Yeah, definitely. It'll work. Do you have each other's contact details, or do you want me to organise that for you?
If you could
No, we
organise
haven't got
that,
each other's
that'd be brilliant.
contacts.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
Happy days. Thank you, guys. It was worthwhile finishing up early for Christmas to be here today,
Yeah, Coleman's very busy. I don't know how he's building a big team over there in Ireland, and he's so busy with his work. I think he just called people while he's trucking. Is that what you do, Coleman? Then you go and visit them on one.
Well, when I'm actually driving home from work, I'm actually teaching people how to log onto the app, how to buy their packages, and I'm doing it all off memory just from talking to them on the phone, So
yeah, you're doing a great job. You really are.
it's
A
only
lot
gonna
of
get
your
better.
people are old school as well. They want to know. They don't even know what half things are, which is good.
Yeah, like one of the guys there today, Barry, he's in Cork. He's put in 2,000 there. He wants me to meet him literally within the next couple of days. He says, "I've studied this. I don't know how it works, but I like it. And can you meet me quick to put this money in?" So
Yeah.
happy days.
And guys, when the money starts rolling in, people are just going to join. Can you imagine when your, $1 comes in, for example, and BSC you're earning per week just off your own wearable? Forget about anything else. That's going to be enough to bring people in, And the fact that the Apple people, you speak to Apple people, look, would you like to get paid for wearing your Apple Watch? That's all you have to say to them. Don't change anything. Don't do anything different. Just get paid to wear your Apple Watch, okay? And then you talk them through the process, and then let them come in at whatever level they want to come in at.
Well, you think of
And
the
it's a
potential
new
on that, Derek. I mean, there's, I mentioned a figure that, may be accurate, may not, but it's pretty accurate. 120 million Apple Watch wearers. Just 1% of that market is 120,000.
Mm.
If you've got a 0.1%, that's 12,000. So that's like, what? If we just get 12,000, 0.1% of Apple users, that's 12,000 people coming on board just with Apple Watches.
Yeah.
The thing is, who's going to sponsor them? Who's going to have that conversation?
Yeah. No,
There's
every meeting I go to
part-
now, I ask people how many people are wearing Apple Watches now. That's what I'll be asking.
Oh, I'm going to be having that. I'm going to be throwing that out there as well. Have you seen that other part of the conversation? But I just stumbled across it. Like the ambassador level is the place to be.
Oh right, no, I haven't actually. No, I
Oh
haven't
man,
seen
you
all
need
that.
to dig
Yeah.
into the information. It's like, and there was a whole, we talk about the 25%, 10%, 3.5%. There's a whole other spectrum to this compensation plan that
Right.
is progressive, but the place to be is the ambassador level. It's like 1 million,
Right.
2 million, etc. and stuff. But that's, you're talking private
I know
jets.
there are big earnings. I know there are people earning over 100,000 a week, over 100,000 a week.
Oh yeah, this is like
because
private
remember,
jets, gala dinners, all that kind of stuff.
Remember the people in Thailand, etc. They got thousands of people in their downline already. So it's good to know that it's actually working very, very well for people already in advance of us. But the good news is that there aren't many big earners in the UK, Europe, and USA and Australia yet. So a lot of room for movement.
Yeah, but dig into that. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I will
where I
do.
found it.
I will do. I think even today I got that email about a level I reached. I didn't even know what it meant. And to be honest, it doesn't matter because I remember working in the company ages ago, years ago. All I did was get the people in, get the people in, get the people in. Next minute, I'm earning quite a lot of money. I've reached the top level in the company. And I didn't even realize I've more or less reached there because I just was watching what was going on. But yeah, it's good. It's good to know those sort of things. And I think Graham and Peter told me though they will be. You said we've been so busy building over the last 2 months, we haven't had time to go through the different levels and things like that. So it's good to know those are all extra things, yeah, to come.
Do we have any indication as when the package are going to go live? Because the site
Yeah, the site's
continuously-
still down. I know. I think
Yeah.
they said 2 or 3 days. So I have a feeling personally that it might be Monday, but it could be tomorrow or I don't know. I don't know if it's likely to be at the weekend. I'm not sure. But yeah, they've got to get it right and test it and make sure it's okay. Obviously, with the fact that Apple Watches are going to be now integrated and everything else. So. But you're still earning. It hasn't stopped your earnings, from all the people that you've still got and everything else. Yeah, from your watches.
Has it stopped? I mean, my band isn't working at the moment. I just thought it might be to do with the
Your band is not working. In what way?
Well, no, it's just telling me I haven't got any NFTs or anything.
Oh, right. Okay. I noticed today that when my pay came through, shortly after that, everything started clicking through. So I don't know. It's going to take time for everything to migrate, I suppose. So mine has come through on my in Persona already. Yeah. So it should refresh it sometime, and hopefully you'll have it all. It'll all be there soon. I think this is just one of those teething periods, isn't it? It's good. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what sort of problems they're going to have. So I suppose we'll just have to wait, sit and wait. But it's a good time because it's the time
you want to check when you check your NFT. Make sure you're on the Vivo smart chain, because if you're on the wrong chain, it won't display.
Yeah, that's true as well. Some people somehow get into the wrong chain. You've got to have the Vivo smart chain at the top when you look in your Persona.
All right, let me have a look.
Because you
So
can
I've just checked
easily
mine.
you
Mine's
can
just working
easily
okay.
you can easily swap over and you're wondering what's going on. It doesn't stop you earning, by the way. It just carries on, but it's on the Vivo smart chain.
I'm going to put a link to the PDF about the other part of the compensation plan in the chat, so you can sort of click on that and have a look at it. But it's actually quite exciting what's available outside of what we already know.
Yeah, no, definitely put that in the group in there. Yeah, definitely. That'd be good. Okay.
There you
Who
go. It's in
else
the
is
chat.
here? Okay.
Wow, thank you so much for that because that's
Has it worked?
Was that the problem? Was that the problem?
Something simple. Yeah.
Top tip.
Thank you very much,
Make sure you're on
John.
the right train.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't go to Graham with that. He'd say, "Oh, what have you done?"
Well, but yeah, we'll see. Let's
No,
hopefully
that's good.
something.
Do you know how I know that? Is because I made the same mistake. I thought, oh my God, where's my NFT gone?
Well, that's how you find out things like that, isn't it? It's great.
Okay. That's
Anyone else for any questions or anything before we close off? Remember, this is the last training. You won't be able to. Well, you can ask in the groups,
Well,
but
Derek, I
Yeah.
think, considering probably all these people on this call we're all going to be doing really well going into 24 because we're so sort of, up there at the beginning. We need to have a jolly organised somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know. I was talking about that some of the other day. Probably everyone's based where? I suppose they're all over the place. I mean, people in Europe and everything else. We'd have to do it somewhere in the Midlands, maybe. Middle of the country, I suppose. That makes more sense. Yeah.
Definitely. Somewhere where it's warm, please. Warm, farm, beach. Because
That's
it
what I was
won't
thinking
matter
exactly.
how we get there. All right.
No, well,
Because,
no.
I think
it's
we have
just
to wait for those sort of warm places. We have to wait till we're all at a higher level, I think.
Yeah,
What about Bognor Regis? Isn't that a luxury resort, or have I mistaken? Have I made a mistake somewhere? I just read that somewhere.
That's cool.
I'll tell you what, we've actually got very near me. We've got a very, very big spa resort that everyone goes to. Everything's indoor, and you can even swim on the outdoor pool because it's that hot. So yeah, there's all sorts of places. We could decide somewhere maybe in the new year, maybe. Yeah.
There's that place in the UK that has a dome around it, like the roof, isn't there?
Has a what? Dome.
They've got,
Oh yeah,
like-
that's Buxton.
Yeah, they've got like a big
Yeah,
glass.
we have a
dome.
spa as well, but it's quite expensive. It's not a cheap one. It's on the A list. I think the company came from I don't know where it was, Switzerland or Sweden. It's their only outside Europe spa. They were actually Asana, I think they're called, and they don't have anything outside Europe. It's only in the UK, their first place, but it's quite prestigious, really. I think the rooms around start at 300 a night, I think. So yeah, it's a nice place, and that's
Yeah,
quite good
Portugal-
for the north.
Portugal
That's
sounds
expensive.
better.
Hey, Portugal.
Portugal
Yeah.
sounds better.
Yeah. No, we'll have to think of definitely have to have things like that going on. Yeah, definitely as we move through it, because I can see us all, wanting to enjoy some of that money we're making.
Well, the
Just
20k
popped
a
in
day,
Christmas
the
cards for the
20k a
autumn.
day, Derek, limit on the
Sorry?
card will. I said the 20k a day limit on
Yeah.
the card will cover that tab
Yeah,
easily,
that's right.
and get a rounding as well.
Yeah.
And by the way, I might even get a rounding, and that coming from a Scottish person is like historic.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know the Scots. No, it'll be good.
Oh, by
good.
the way, this has been recorded. I've just noticed this has been recorded, so I've documented it. I'm on it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'd like to wish you all a happy Christmas and a prosperous new year, obviously. And thank you for being here. And yeah, let's get this room filled up as well. I said to people last time, it's a good idea if we do come to events like this to sort of say how good it was, not say what happened in the meeting, but just to say how good it was in the group. It seems to encourage people. Think about it. We've got over 200 members, and how many have we got here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, just one thing, because I'm relatively new to the crypto space and everything, and wallets and everything. I'm a little bit nervous about how to move money from my Exodus into on the is it the Polygon?
Polygon,
I don't really know
yeah.
how to do any of it, and I'm a bit
No,
worried
I
about
think you'd have to talk to Graham and Peter about that. I haven't actually done that myself.
just
You're talking
thinking-
about talking about moving money into the in-persona so that you can actually buy the packages, is it? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, or even the OD card.
Okay, can you not convert? Can you not? Oh, the OD card. Okay, that's something different if you want to move into the OD card to
Yeah,
spend.
but I just wonder whether there should be some sort of like an extra training. Somebody knows. what
Can I
to
give
do.
you the really simple version of this? It's like if you were going to send an email, you would need the recipient's email address. If you're going to send cryptos, you need a recipient's wallet address. It just looks different from an email address. So you need to have a few things in place. You need to be on the same chain or a chain that accepts that coin. So you can have a look on your either your card. It's got like a deposit address. So you're going to set, you make sure you send it recognized like Polygon. There's a couple of chains that you can send it on, and then it will take it in. But you don't have to faff about with going onto an exchange and convert whatever it is into
You've got
whatever
the
it
address
is.
in your wallet already.
It does it automatically. So you just need the deposit address from either your card or your in persona wallet.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, I can send money to my Exodus and out of Exodus and everything, and understand about the gas, but it's just doing it for the first time, and I've got to do a different gas thing for this one, which I think is Polygon or is it Binance, the other one?
Well, no, that's the actual chain that you use in the blockchain. The gas fees are the gas fees, but if you need to make sure that the deposit actually accepts whatever. What coin are you looking at sending across?
USDT.
Well, that's okay. That's no problem. That will get converted immediately. So just have a look. Yeah, that gets converted internally, USD to USDC.
So that does it automatically?
Yeah, that gets done automatically. You just have to send it in. Make sure you're on the right chain. Get your deposit address from your app, and just put that into your sending address on your your exchange, whatever you've got, and then just send it in.
I don't recognize it on Exodus, and I've had a look to find out which USDT.
Yeah, what you need to do, what you probably need to do is there are a few exchanges that actually we can accommodate. So, but
it's not it's not all the common ones like you'd think it would. You'd have
no, if it's like Polygon or whatever, you need to then send it to another exchange that does Polygon. That's quite easily done.
Oh God, it sounds. Oh my God.
Yeah. Although the other way of doing it is just exchange it into dollars and then purchase everything.
No, we can help you with that, Karen. That's easy enough. It's just if it's not acceptable from the exchange you're currently using, you just send it to an exchange that is able to use either the Polygon or I think there's 3 exchanges we can use in them.
I could exchange $2. I could say.
You know, Gerda?
Yes, I put it in the chat because I think that Nexo is a very good exchange.
Okay.
And also there, the USDT, it will give us three ways to send the TRC20, ERC20, and the BEP20. And you can purchase tokens with your credit card. You will get interest on the tokens you have there or your coins. So I would advise anyone to download the
Nexo.
Yes, because I'm
I didn't
sending
know that. I've got
directly.
an Nexo, but I didn't know that. Okay, you're sending it directly where?
Directly from Nexo to other companies, and I didn't have any problems till now.
So have you tried sending it to your in-persona app, your wallet?
Sorry, Derek?
Have you tried sending it into your wallet, your in-persona app?
Yes, no problem.
Yeah? Okay.
There's another option, guys. See the way some of the cryptos give you like a virtual card or an actual physical card? If you're just looking to purchase a package, you can actually just have that linked to the card on your exchange. So you could have USDT, whatever, just sitting there, and then you just use the card as if you're making a normal
credit card. Yeah, because you've got a card with Exodus. I know I've got one somewhere. It's a green one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm doing with a lot of the guys in Ireland, because they would be into crypto, but at the same time they wouldn't be techie. So they're literally just, you're just logging onto your account now. That's if you're just buying packages and stuff inside in Persona. You just use the debit card, whether it be Wirex, whether it be Crypto.com or whatever the exchange, and you just make a transaction as if you were buying.
Have you got a card there, Karen, with your exchange?
Well, the problem is that I have got I activated my virtual OD card, and then I put the money across, and then I couldn't when I got my actual card, because I did it before I got my OD card. I still needed 10 another $10 to
Yeah, yeah,
activate.
yeah. No, oh, sorry. What I meant was with your. Have you got a card with your Exodus wallet?
No,
Okay. You know you can get one though, yeah.
no, I didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, there is a card that you can get with that. I've got one. Same with Nexo. All of them have cards, and you can use that. Just transfer all the money into it, and then you can use it like a normal debit card.
So I
Very
wouldn't have
quick,
to.
very swift. You wouldn't have all that faffing about if you're worried about that.
Oh, I see. So, and then I just use the OD with the in persona
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That sounds a lot easier because I was really fretting about all of that.
It's all possible, and I'm sure there's enough people in the team to help as well. You know, like John knows
Well,
quite a lot, and
Yeah,
think-
it is honestly, it's you've got a deposit and you've got a withdrawal and you've got a deposit. You just need to in a chain. That's it. It's like sending an email. You
Well,
can't send.
Yeah, I understand about the wallet addresses and all that sort of stuff, and you just copy and you know, you can just do a QR code and all that, and it's very easy that. But it's just that I made a mistake with the OD card and activating the virtual, and now I've got to activate the other one, and I'm worried about. And although I've got like $300 or $400 in the actual OD account, I can't use that to activate the
No,
physical card.
no,
you can't. You've actually
Okay.
physically got to send 10 USD fee
Yeah.
in externally for that, because I made the mistake of because I came in at the you know, the big package there, so I got both cards, but I activated the OD card. Then I realized my rewards went to the Vivo card, so I then had to send some
Oh.
more money in to activate the other. But it's only $10, but I should have read the instructions first. I just ripped the packet open and cracked on. Big top
Yeah.
tip: read the setup instructions, because it does help.
Yeah. Okay. I might give you a
yes.
call, John, if I because you know, it's when you're, especially when you're dealing with other people's money, it's not so bad when it's your own, but well, it is still bad when it's your own. But I mean, you know, you're not really confident. And once I've done it once or twice, I'm okay. But it's just, you know, I've not been in this space for very long, and it's, you know.
Yeah, I'll put my this is the details that I would do when I'm on a networking meeting. So I'll just put all my details in the chat, and you can extract my, you know, Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, that kind of stuff in there. So I'll put that in the chat there.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you
There
so
you go.
much. Now I've got to try and learn how to copy that.
No,
John has got the patience of a saint to explain the crypto. If
Oh, is
I
he?
get crypto, it's all because of John.
All right. I don't know how to copy that.
See,
How do
on
I
the
copy
very
that?
bottom of the chat, you've got 3 small dots on the very right-hand side at the bottom where the emojis
yeah.
are. Well, click on that and it will save chat.
So where does it save it to?
It just saves it onto your docs with the downloads. So you
Ah.
can actually go in, or it'll be part of the Zoom, but it will automatically stay on your desktop until you close it. So you'll have access to that all the time.
Brilliant.
Gavin, I can send it to Messenger for you.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Joy.
Worries.
Right. Okay.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being here, and look forward to the new year and everything it brings with you. And some of you might have new people on board by then. I know a few people are actually trying to get into this new thing as soon as it goes. So good luck with everything, and have a happy Christmas. Have a good time, and enjoy your little break. I know some of you won't have breaks, but yeah, enjoy yourselves, and look forward to seeing you in the new year. I'll announce the next training once I got the date and everything in the group, and then we'll get back to the LinkedIn. Bear in mind, right, guys, that the LinkedIn was bringing me in 5 new leads a day once it was up and running. So it's quite a lot of people coming in, and this is especially for people who haven't got that many leads, or want to get more connections. It works really well. It's just the process of getting it all started. That's the time. It takes a bit of time to do that. Once it's done though, it's good, and then you can introduce your people to it as well. So bye
Um,
bye everyone for now.
Sorry, one request,
Yes,
please,
go
very
on.
quickly. Could you put your LinkedIn profile in the chat so we can connect?
Yeah, I'll put it in the Vivo group, yeah? In the group chat. Are
All
you
right,
in the
good.
Vivo group? Yeah, I'll put it in there. And
All right, thank you.
Facebook as well. Are you in the Facebook group where we've got the step-by-step process of setting up your LinkedIn and everything else?
No, not
No,
yet.
okay, well, I'll put my Facebook now link and I'll put my LinkedIn link as well. But the Facebook, we want to join that because it's an invite-only group, okay? It's a private group for members only. All right. Thank you very
Well,
much.
Just one last thing.
Yes.
Last thing. I assume really we're supposed to only invite people into the E3 group or the Health Vivo group once people have joined up, unless they're really, really keen.
Yeah, I mean, some people have been invited into the E3 and our other group, Vivo group, who are not members, but I think a few of them are pulling out now because they don't know what's going on. So really, the Vivo group that I started was the one that was going to be the informal group, the one where we do the trainings and everything else. Whereas Peter wanted to keep the original group I started more for a formal group, so it's more corporate like, you know, with what they do there, the announcements, etc. Whereas you can ask more questions into the Vivo group, and the Vivo group really is supposed to get everyone into this meeting on a Thursday, and also to just get people to know each other. I mean, once we get to know each other, you know, we'll start forming collaborations and you know, like common ones with John and other things like that, which is going to benefit the group as a whole. You know, the more interaction we have between each other, it's amazing how fast the group can grow. You know, I've had people in previous groups, and I've kept teams together for many years who joined this as well, and they will be working with us as well. You know, Joy's one of the people I've had with me for the last few years, and Mary and a few others. And it works really well when you actually get to know people, you know, as opposed to just seeing somebody there and next minute seeing them again. And it's just, you know, it's very informal and you don't really get to know the people. And I think once you get to know the people and their skill sets as well, because remember, everyone's got different skill sets here. A lot of people here might be technical, and a lot of people, other people might be very good at speaking to people or talking or interacting or whatever. So we can share that knowledge with each other and help each other, regardless which team it's in. I've always been of the opinion if you help somebody, it's always going to come back to you somehow, because that person might want to help you later on, or he might have somebody in his team, or you might have somebody in your team, you know, like the German speakers, you know, how many of us know how to speak German? I don't. So, you know, we'll be turning to John, you know, so it's really good to connect with people and know things like that, because if you do know that, then you can, you know, I've got a guy called Francisco who speaks Spanish and Portuguese, and yeah, Portuguese and Spanish, and his fiance is in Mexico and she speaks Spanish, and you know, that's a big market, the Spanish market. So, you know, again, we'll be able to interact with them.
That'd be great, because my son's Ben, who just came to the group, his girlfriend's Spanish.
Okay.
And, she her family lives in Spain. Well, she's Colombian actually, but
Yeah.
her family lives in Spain. So she was asking whether there's a Spanish group or how to explain it.
Yeah. Well, Francisco's going to be able to be explaining it quite soon. We just need to get to grips with the new stuff that's happening. But anyway, there's no reason why we can't connect them, Karen. So if you give me the details, and I'll connect Francisco to her, and you know, that'd be great, because he's already agreed. Again, what I am doing as well, guys, just for your information, I'm going to be starting in the new year what I call a leadership group, and that's basically people who want to volunteer their skills to different things, different parts of things, and then we're going to start changing this meeting or training on a Thursday to be other people, not just me. So, and again, I'm trying to encourage people to do that, because the more you do it, the better. And you think about it, you know, presentations I couldn't do a few years ago, and I just would not even open my camera. And the thing with that is when you're growing a big team, you know, they expect to be around, they expect to see you, and it's better if you're able to actually speak to them, because they are able to see who you are, and it's much more interactive, and it grows better and smoother and everything else. So there needs to be some sort of you know, collection of people, and people need to be able to. I'd like it if everyone opened their cameras. I know some people are sick, some people are working, all that sort of thing, but yeah, I like to see who I'm talking to. I don't like talking to black screens. So yeah, it's good, and I think we'll get better and better at this as well.
I can
So if
pencil
any of
me
you
in
want
for
to,
any delegated tasks, Derek.
I thought I didn't even have to ask, John. I knew you would.
Get me in there with whatever you need.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, in the new year we'll start doing things like that, and you'll be able to do various aspects of the new compensation plan, John, in your way. Again, you see, coming from different people, you'll see a different viewpoint, and that's really good. You know, I learned a lot from John today, but just with his explanation, and it's great to know that people are looking different things, you know, different aspects. And about who was it that mentioned about? Was it you, John, that mentioned about who was it that mentioned about the ambassador and all that? Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, maybe
See,
maybe you could actually talk about that in the new presentation, in the new year. That'd be a good thing.
Well, because I come from a military background, I'm very detailed in what I do, and I need to know stuff. So that's why I dig into all this stuff.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's brilliant. That's the way it should be. And then again, we need all these characters, because you know, for me, I just love talking to people, and if you saw my office, it's a mess, but I know where everything is. Whereas I know other people, you know, their office might be really tidy. Everything is in its place. Everything's where it should be. And being an army or ex-army, is army or air force? What was it you were in? Sorry.
No, I was in the army.
Army. So being an army person, I've known a lot of army people before. They're very regimental in their ways, and they're very tidy and keep everything in a certain place, and they know where everything is. So I'd go to John if I wanted to get information, you know, that was going to be definitely to the point, and you know, very uniformed. And
I'll give you a sneak peek. Actually, I've got some really good tools that will incredibly increase your productivity and focus. And we can introduce that when we get together in the new year.
Good idea.
Start as we mean to go on.
No, definitely. I think it's great. If we can actually offer skill sets, tools. I think Mary's going to bring in somebody who's going to be offering us ideas how to promote your Facebook and things like that. So there's lots of skill sets coming into it in the new year. Yeah, is that right, Mary?
Yes, that's right. Yes. I mean, I haven't got them here yet, but they're going to do some sort of video thing on Facebook. But I do think you're right. We've got a lot of skills.
Yeah, and just think about it. Imagine, think of us like a big organization, and we've got all these skills, and we're all managing directors of the same company, but we just want to utilize each other for their skills. You know, you're going to pick the right people for that, yeah, and that's the whole point, because people like Richard Branson, he's got people better than himself that's doing everything, you know, and that's why he's so successful. He's just a visionary, really. No, I shouldn't say just the visionary. He is the visionary, and all the rest of the people are super skilled around him.
Yeah, and just one more thing as well, Derek. I just wanted to say that even though obviously it does require skills and sales skills, but obviously, you know, I've done a lot of businesses, and as you know, and you know, I do pretty much same thing in all of them, you know. Phone, explain, believe in, you know, obviously I have to believe in what I'm talking about, but I have to say, I don't consider this requires, I've done exactly the same thing in this as I did in everything. And looking at the results, I think, well, there you go. So that just proves the point. People say, well, it's what you think and how you do it. And I think, no, it's not. When you've got a vehicle as strong as this one, it will definitely get the results, whether you're a salesman or not a salesman. You say Apple, you say this, you can do all the angles that John has mentioned. Job done, you know, job done.
Yeah,
we do need skills, but you know, not that many for this kind of company.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a lot simpler and it's a lot easier to promote, definitely. I can see it growing very fast in the new year. So once again, thank you everyone, and I look forward to working with you all in the new year. So good night for now.
Good night.
Okay.
Bye. Guys. Good night now. Take care.
Bye.